What's good, y'all? This is Star with the Star Blooms. I'm not gonna be fake with y'all. I do not feel well, but my team said that showing up in the opposite energy of what it is that you believe yourself to be in, especially when you're aware that you need to transmute energy, is always necessary. If you feel aligned and called to do so. And I know that I've been in um, a certain rate with myself. So this is the third time, y'all, I've recorded this. And I basically sat here asking if I'm supposed to be doing this or if it was like a trick question. And they don't trick us. You get what I'm saying? They give us the opportunity for us to be at a certain rate within ourselves. And we do the choosing and deciding based off of our actions. I know that I could do this. So I want to share this message with y'all. Last night I had came back into my room as I was speaking on the phone, and there were cards on the floor, and this doesn't usually happen because of how I have my cards. I thought it was weird. I acknowledged the cards. I was completely perplexed by it because of the context and everything and how much in alignment that they were. And then today when I came back from the grocery store from getting some things for, detoxing and stuff like that, there's more. And these cards kind of jarred me because a lot of the images I've been speaking about, the animals that are on these cards. So I knew that I couldn't just put them back up and ignore them. And then I recognized I was supposed to be coming on live today, but I wasn't going to because I was trying to care for myself and my baby. And I believe that I'm being challenged to do that if I will. And I desire to will from within at all times at my highest vibrational frequency for the good of myself as well as others. Um, I would show the cards, but I'm just gonna pick them up and I'll, show them as I'm reading them. The first card I got was the fox. This fox, the fox in general, has been coming to me for the last week or so. It says self-centered. Newsflash: the world doesn't revolve around you, and you are not the center of anyone's universe. The sooner you get a grasp on this, the better off you will be. Confidence. Never allow anyone to try to confuse your confidence with arrogance. Confidence is a trait to be admired, not feared or punished. Stand your ground. Excuse me, y'all. Confirmation. Stand your ground. It has always been said that if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Stand up for what you believe and not be easily swayed by the beliefs and wishes of others. And then the elephant: be patient. Be patient. One of our greatest virtues is patience. Learn to be patient with yourself and with others. The owl: humility. Life has a funny way of teaching us humility. However, the greatest lesson to learn from our tests and trials is not to be bitter, but to be greater. The phoenix and the inner child. Perspective. Sometimes in life, things become outdated or out of focus. This is a prime time to look at your life from a whole new perspective. Refresh, recharge. Take time out from the busy and stressful world around you. Take a moment to feel the sun on your face, wiggle your toes in the grass, and get back grounded. Empowered. Be empowered today to take back control of your own life and your own destiny. And then I got clarifying cards that I shuffled on the second pull. Rising tide, first light, broken compass, hidden room, and fallen leaf. Rising tide says when the tide rises, it doesn't ask what you're ready to release. It just clears the shore. First look, you don't need to see the whole sun just to believe in the beginning of the light. Broken compass, when your tools fail, trust the pull inside of you. Hidden room, you locked it away for a reason, but now it's time to remember. Fallen leaf. Letting go isn't weakness. It's how seasons shift with grace. So, y'all, um, I'm sitting here and I'm literally like, goodness, wondering, okay, At what rate do we give ourselves just the full truth without holding anything back? A lot of the times we want and we desire for what we have going on with us, what we're wanting to have going on with us, what we had that happened to us. We want our experiences in our life to basically matter to somebody. We want to be seen so bad. And what's there quietly that gets ignored 80 chances out of 10, okay, 80% of the time out of 100, let's say that, whatever, to all the wise asses. We don't matter enough to ourselves to give ourselves the energy that we require our desire from others. And the thing that's keeping us from getting to the place that we need to be at isn't the participation of others, even though having the ability and having the support to go in and receive and, have help to receive and have community is so vital at this point. A lot of the things you take into community can harm you and others if you aren't a willing participant in what it is that you are asking for. There's a clear web that's been woven in these cards that I feel like Spirit was trying to get across to myself, but also that I believe that we all could basically get and have clarity and understanding in. Representing the tides and the seasons and understanding we cycle through life, we have to be at a rate and willingness of releasing that which no longer serves us, okay? In our discernment, we have to be at a space of humility and have a higher perspective of how it is that we are, holding space for other people while also standing up for the things that we've worked towards and called in that we are garnering. A lot of the times we aren't aware, however, because we may not be able to represent ourselves in the new rate the same way that we previously did. It goes to the saying, what got you here won't be the thing that'll get you to the next phase. And the reason is because we are in a state of evolution. And it isn't that what we are evolving to is just this new grand thing that never existed. In remembrance, you have to hold space and honor, paying homage to that which was, because it is, and everything is happening all at once. Things aren't as separate as we like to paint them out. Okay? How you feel about yourself is also equivalent to how others may perceive you and may not necessarily perceive you. It could go either way depending on who's having the conversation. If you're desiring to get at a certain rate within yourself and you believe that you keep on hitting these brick walls, you believe that you keep on finding yourself in a predicament. Spirit is, for one, be empowered at this time to take on any and everything concerning you, knowing that you have the tools either within you or around you to help aid and support you. Allow yourself to be at a rate to where you get so sensitive to how your body is speaking to you so you could be able to hear stop and charge, stop and ground. So you could be able to actually discern, this is not for me. This is where I need to go at. Confirmation. Allow yourself to stand up in your truth, not wanting to be in representation of what others want you to believe to be true about yourself. Be okay with the fact that things take time. When you're dealing with the divine, it can happen in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It is not something that you need to place to the moon cycle. You don't have to, you got to place it in the position that's necessary for you. Sometimes we're looking for a universal fix that works for everybody else, when in reality, we're giving these small, subtle messages that allow us to be aligned with our truth and what it is that we're desiring and requiring, okay? I just want y'all to know that y'all have so much support just if you allow yourself to reach within. Allow yourself to see that any and all things that you are cycling out of have gone, and the things that are coming because you are ready for them and they're necessary at this time. Allow people to be at the rate that they are at without convincing, and you do not have to show up wanting to constantly explain the newness that you are walking into. You get to have it just because, okay? I love y'all and I hope y'all doing